Nestled in a corner of Woking, down a tree-bordered path lies the Peace Garden. A Muslim burial ground opened in 1917. This burial ground is the resting place of 21 Muslim soldiers who fought and died in the war. On behalf of the National Muslim War Memorial Trust, including Lord Sheikh and Lady Sheikh, along with other leaders, laid a wreath in the memory of the brave soldiers. The Imam at the armed forces, the officer in charge of diversity, along with other various religious leaders, including Lord Sheikh and Lady Sheikh, were present and gave speeches on this occasion.
We've gathered here this morning to pay tribute and respect to the Muslims who fought for the British Armed Forces during the First World War and Second World War. Imam Umar from the British Army has already said a dua, and we would like to say to the Muslim soldiers who fought for this country, we would like to say we pay tribute to all of you. Now here, originally, 19 soldiers from the First World War and 8 soldiers from the Second World War were buried. Their bodies were subsequently interned and taken to Brookwood Cemetery, and these marvelous gardens were created with the help of the English Heritage Centre and the Woking Parish Council. And I'd like to pay tribute to Dr. Zafar Iqbal for creating this marvellous place.
It's indeed an honour to be here, and I have no credentials like the other people have, but I'm coming from the area of working as a volunteer, and when I go to various places, people do not realise how much contribution people made, and they fought in the wars, and they fought for the country they did not know. And that is something that we must instill in our children and the next generation. And indeed, I thank Lord Sheikh. I know he's my older brother, there is a resemblance. However, what he's doing is incredible.
Assalamu alaikum, namaste and sat sri akal. Truly honoured to be here at the Muslim burial ground in Woking to pay respect to our fallen heroes. We should never forget the sacrifice they gave so that we could live this life. And I'm so glad that Lord Sheikh invited us to here, and we're truly honoured and humbled to be representing your armed forces at this event. Thank you.
My name is Major Daljinder Singh, Chairman of the Defence Sikh Network, and I'm currently serving in the British Army. It's a real privilege to be here today to pay our respects to the fallen heroes of all nations, of all nationalities. The Commonwealth contribution is something that has not been well recognised in the past, but is getting better. And having memorials like this one here today in Woking help us remember their sacrifices and their contributions to our freedoms and liberties that we enjoy today. Thank you.
And Lord Sheikh's War Memorial Trust is the first step in highlighting that story and raising awareness about the role that British Muslims have played in the various wars. I think Lord Sheikh said 400,000 Muslims, 200,000 Sikhs had played a key role, which is not highlighted. And I think that's something that we must raise awareness about, and the more we do, I think that will strengthen integration within the UK and community cohesion, because more of our youngsters will feel that they can identify with British society, and they know that all of us have a stake within the country.
Assalamu alaikum, sat sri akal, namaste and good afternoon. My name is Squadron Leader Amir Khan from the Royal Air Force Engagement Teams and part of the Armed Forces Muslim Association. I'd just like to say it's an absolute honour to be here with distinguished guests, Lord Sheikh, and to be here to pay our respects to those people before us who paid the ultimate price. Part of the engagement teams, we go out to our communities to try and myth bust and engage with our communities just to show them that there are people from diverse communities who have joined the military.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think today's event here in Woking is a reminder of the outstanding contribution that these 27 soldiers played towards the freedoms that we enjoy today. But it's also a stark reminder that the contribution of these Muslim soldiers has unfortunately gone unnoticed. And today's event is very unique. I think this should mark the beginning of such ceremonies to take place across the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth on every Remembrance Day. And let's make a commitment today, all of us gathered here, and to our viewers, to never again forget the contribution of these outstanding soldiers.
Assalamu alaikum. It's the Imam to the Armed Forces, Her Majesty's Armed Forces. Remembrance is of great significance to the Muslim community, not only in the British military, but as well as remembrance at large. And this is because from the Quran, what God says is that, and do not consider those who have been killed in the path of God to have died. Indeed, they are alive, gaining their sustenance. So with this, in the Quran saying that, it enshrines the position of those who have passed away, given the ultimate sacrifice for the goal of not only their country, but for the goal of their religion as well.
Events such as this mark the important role played by the Muslims during the war in the UK. Those interested may visit the burial ground at Monument Road, Woking, GU21 5LU.